put your hand on your chest, another hand on the belly. How are you feeling now?
Yeah.
It's better.
The war in Ukraine has led to the largest humanitarian crisis in Europe since World War II. Due to the Russian invasion of Ukraine on the 24th of February 2022, millions of people have been internally and externally displaced. Ukrainians have been exposed to war-related traumatic experiences such as destroying homes and livelihoods, shelling, severe injury, war crimes, and deaths of the loved ones. Family separation, worries about the loved ones whom they left behind, and daily stress caused by an unstable living situation and unknown future further impact the mental health of refugees and their well-being. In most of Ukraine's neighboring countries, local health systems are overburdened or not equipped to meet those needs.
Since the Russian invasion in Ukraine, millions of people have fled the country. The displaced people of Ukraine are at extremely high risk of developing PTSD and other mental health problems. My name is Els van der Ven. I'm an associate professor at Vrije Universiteit Amsterdam, and I'm in the lead of the URISE project. The URISE project aims to implement scalable interventions for displaced people in Ukraine. We do so by implementing face-to-face interventions in Slovakia, Poland, and Romania, and implementing digital interventions for the displaced people of Ukraine across the EU.
I'm a lead of networking and awareness writing work package at URISE. And we hope that existing project and capacity building and exchange of best practices and trainings will create even more opportunities even after the project will be finished.
The URISE project aims to improve the mental well-being of displaced Ukrainians in 3 countries: Poland, Romania, and Slovakia. It is co-funded by the European Union. To improve the well-being and mental health of Ukrainian refugees in the neighboring countries, the URISE project utilizes the capacity-building approach, combining the empowerment of service providers with scalable psychosocial interventions, rigorous evidence collection research processes, and advocacy activities at local, national, and international levels. URISE includes a number of scalable interventions that can be delivered in person or online, individually or in groups.
In the URISE project, we aim to consolidate and reinforce a network of Ukrainian and Russian-speaking mental health professionals, and we aim to train people to deliver SH+ and PM+ interventions for people who are displaced from Ukraine and are exposed to traumatic events and war. We also aim to implement and disseminate these 2 intervention strategies, SH+ and PM+. These interventions were developed by the World Health Organization and are evidence-based. It means that there are many large randomized controlled trials testing the effectiveness of these intervention strategies for improving psychological well-being, for reducing psychological symptoms, and also for working on social outcomes and functional impairment. The results from randomized controlled trials are encouraging and show that these interventions are effective in reducing psychological symptoms, and also the attendance rate and compliance with these interventions is pretty high.
I'm working on the URISE project where I am a master trainer, meaning that I provide the training in Problem Management Plus and Self-Help Plus to psychologists or social workers that are going to train the helpers that are going to provide intervention to the target population, meaning the Ukrainian refugees that are currently located in Romania or Slovakia. I find the URISE project extremely helpful because it addresses some of the main issues that we face when addressing the mental health of migrants, refugees and asylum seekers. So first of all, we know that this population is especially vulnerable to mental health problems given their exposure to adversity such as war-related situations or other kind of adversities. And the prevalence of mental health disorders can be much higher in this population compared to the general one. Moreover, we know that millions of refugees can flee their country at a time and being hosted by neighboring countries. And this is often challenging because the neighboring countries do not have the capacity of responding to the mental health needs of this population. So what the URISE project tries to do is to address these issues by training non-mental health professionals in delivering psychosocial interventions to the target population who needs it. So in this way you don't need to rely on a few psychologists or social workers that you have available, but you can train volunteers, lay workers, nurses or anybody who is really interested in providing this kind of support to refugees coming from Ukraine. From the trainer perspective, I found this experience in delivering the training in Romania very exciting. The population that we work with is formed by mental health professionals mainly, some of them from Romania, but most of them there are Ukrainian speaking professionals, and they already have a very good background in and knowledge in psychosocial interventions. I think that one of the challenging things for them will be to translate this training to people who does not have their experience, and we are constantly working in how they can deliver this kind of information regarding the psychological interventions into accessible words that can be easily understood by the helpers but also by the ultimate beneficiaries.
I realized the importance of psychosocial support when I was hiding in the subway in Kiev. The PM Plus and Self-Help Plus programs are amazing tools that will help Ukrainian refugees cope with adversity and deal with trauma, process their stress, and get adjusted to the new circumstances and integrate into a new society. None of us knows for how long the war will last. This is why we need to cope right now and help our community cope right now, just to deal with the current issues and enhance the quality of our lives. And I'm really happy to be a part of these programs and be helping my community to get better.
Я можу поділитися власним досвідом проживання всіх цих етапів, коли ти покидаєш рідну країну через війну, тому що коли ми перетнули кордон у березні минулого року, було дуже сильне відчуття такої втрати, нездатності діяти, був сильний страх, ти відчуваєш себе дуже подавленим, постійні переживання про те, що залишилось вдома, про тих людей, які залишились вдома, вони і цей сильний стрес не дають можливості аналізувати ситуацію, так? Не дають можливості побачити, що навколо тебе є світ і люди, які готові тобі допомогти. Пізніше, коли вже я відчула в собі ресурс і сили допомагати іншим людям, я ще раз усвідомила, наскільки важливо дати зрозуміти біженцям через різні життєві обставини, можливо, там через стихійні лиха, через війну, так? Що вони не одні, створити в них оце коло підтримки, аби вони могли побачити, що життя справді продовжується. Навіть якщо ви пережили якусь важку життєву ситуацію, життя продовжується і є люди готові вас підтримати і вам допомогти, і вселити в людей віру, що вони зможуть самі подолати цей стрес, вони зможуть справитись з життєвими складними ситуаціями.
We hired 17 trainees and all of them, majority of them, they have mental health background, and they're supposed to train 6 to 7 helpers each. It means in total we will have 120 people helping for Ukrainian displaced people, and some of them, they're students who are just finishing their masters in psychology, and we are super proud of them that they did it, although it wasn't easy year for all of us. And the helpers, they could be volunteers, they could be social workers, so they don't have to have psychological background. We suppose that these people, helpers, could be any people who are already helping Ukrainians in refugee camps, in administrative institutions, in the educational hubs. And this knowledge which we are providing, it will help helpers, first of all, help themselves. Secondly, it will help them to have their hands-on experience with the guided supervision of our trainers. And for social workers, it will be additional instrument which is super easy to understand and super effective.
I think that this project PM Plus and SH Plus will help them to stay in the present and to deal with the things that they can control, and to accept the things that they cannot control, like to stop the war. Okay, I cannot stop the war, but let's think what I can do with myself tomorrow.
I really believe that URISE project brought to our Ukrainian community a lot of help. They will know how to deal their stress, their war trauma. We have thousands, hundreds of Ukrainians that pass our door to our association, and they were looking for help. I believe that this project will help us scale to all the volunteers, all the social workers from our organization, and in this way will help more the community, not only 1, 2, 3, 4 individuals that can benefit from a therapist because he's a human. So this way, the Ukrainian community from Foneo and from all the cities in Romania will have a great benefit.
Self-Help Plus is a preventive self-help intervention developed by the WHO to be applied in large groups of people. SH Plus can be delivered by the trained lay facilitators. Problem Management Plus was also developed by the WHO. It addresses common mental health problems such as depression, PTSD, and anxiety, and improves daily functioning. Multifamily approach is a preventive intervention for groups of families. Its aim is to strengthen parenting skills and relationships within families. The goal is to foster inter- and intrafamiliar support. Parents support other parents, while children find acknowledgement and recognition. The Friend First Aid chatbot was launched in Ukraine. It is based on the psychological first aid principles. The chatbot simulates a text conversation with a virtual expert and contains various exercises, tasks, and useful recommendations on how to cope with the ongoing stress of the war. It contains relaxation and stress management exercises for adults and children. Doing What Matters in Times of Stress is an illustrated self-help stress management guide developed by the WHO on the basis of Self-Help Plus. It has been adapted from a book format into a digital self-help intervention accessed through a smartphone.